Retirees seeking warm weather, a lower cost of living, and a more relaxed pace of life might consider moving down south. But choosing where to retire within the region can be tricky, and there are a number of factors retirees might want to consider before making the move. Go Banking Rates determined the 30 best southern cities to retire by analyzing the safety, percentage of the population age 65 and older, livability, and the average cost of living for seniors in 60 of the biggest southern cities by population size. Some of the best cities are popular for younger adults entering the workforce, but soon-to-be retirees might be overlooking these hidden gems when searching for the most affordable cities to retire. 30. Austin, Texas. Austin eked onto the list of best southern cities for retirement into the 30th and final spot, undoubtedly dragged down by the cost of living. The first of 8 Texas cities in the study, Austin is 29.4% more expensive to live in than the national average. 29. Atlanta, Georgia. Living in Atlanta costs 9.5% more than the national average. A high crime rate prevents Georgia's capital city from ranking higher. 28. Irving, Texas. Irving, a suburb of Dallas, apparently isn't too popular with retirees. In all, only 8.02% of the residents are 65 and older, the lowest percentage on the list. 27. Charlotte, North Carolina. One of 5 North Carolina locales in the study, Charlotte can boast a cost of living that is just below the national average. Its livability score of 70, tied for the lowest on the list, keeps Charlotte near the bottom of the rankings, however. 26. Alexandria, Virginia. The cost of living varies throughout Virginia, which has 5 entries among the top places to retire in the South, and it's big in the Washington, D.C., suburb of Alexandria. Annual expenditures total more than $73,000, and that's good for 40.3% above the national average and the costliest spot on the list. 25. Chesapeake, Virginia. Chesapeake ranks better than Alexandria in cost of living, coming in almost $20,000 below the national average. More than 13% of the population is 65 and over. 24. Tallahassee, Florida. Tallahassee is the most affordable of the 4 Florida destinations on the list, with average annual expenditures of about $47,000. That's almost 10% below the national average. 23. Dallas. The cost of living in Dallas lands a tick above the national average, and it also has one of the higher crime rates among the Texas cities in the study. 22. Cary in North Carolina. The Raleigh suburb has a cost of living that's 14% above the national average. The senior population is about 12.5%, perhaps drawn by its lower crime rate. 21. Tampa, Florida. Tampa's annual expenditures of about $54,000 exceed the national average by 3.7%, making it considerably costlier to live there than in Tallahassee, its neighbor to the north. 20. Frisco, Texas. Frisco, another Dallas suburb, draws high marks for its favorable livability score and low crime rate. It is one of only 3 locations in the study along with Texas cities Irvine and Austin to have a senior population of less than 10%. 19. Houston. Retirees who want big city amenities can find them in Houston. While the livability score sits at just an average 72, the cost of living is 4.5% below the national average. 18. Cape Coral, Florida. Cape Coral is attracting people 65 and older in drives as nearly 1/4 of the population is 65 and older, the highest on the list. The favorable livability score helped Cape Coral to secure its place in the rankings. 17. Baltimore, Maryland. While Baltimore's livability score ties for the lowest in the study, its cost of living is nearly 9% less than the national average. The 65 and older population is high at 14.12%. 16. Greensboro, North Carolina. Retirees looking to settle in North Carolina could consider Greensboro, where the cost of living is more than 17% below the national average. Some seniors already have figured that out. The 65 and older population is 13.35%. 15. Norfolk, Virginia. Norfolk possesses two of the most desirable qualities for retirees: a lower cost of living that's 8% below the national average and a low crime rate. 14. Durham, North Carolina. Durham, the home of Duke University, has a livability score of 78, perhaps a product of the number of things to do in the city. 13. Fayetteville, North Carolina. If you're looking for a less expensive North Carolina destination than Durham, try Fayetteville to the west, where the cost of living is 18% under the national average and the crime rate almost half of Durham's. 12. Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham has the lowest cost of living among the southern cities in the study at about 75% of the national average. Its livability score and crime rate keep it from landing higher on the list. 11. Mobile, Alabama. Mobile isn't quite as inexpensive as Birmingham. Annual expenditures cost almost $3,000 more annually than in Birmingham. However, the crime rate is lower and the livability score higher. 10. Port St. Lucie, Florida. Residents aged 65 and older make up 20.36% of the population in Port St. Lucie. The Florida city has the second highest percentage of seniors of all the places included in this list. 9. Garland, Texas. Garland is the safest city included on this list, with a rate of 10.56 crimes per 1,000 residents. Plus, it's right at the national average when it comes to cost of living, a benefit for the senior population in the city. 8. Newport News, Virginia. With a rate of about 60 crimes per 1,000 residents, Virginia Beach is among the least safe cities on the list. About 13% of the city's population is aged 65 and older. 7. Augusta, Georgia. Augusta has three things to appeal to seniors: a cost of living 20% below the national average, a low crime rate, and golf. Augusta is the home of the annual Masters tournament. 6. McKinney, Texas. With just 10.9 crimes per 1,000 residents, McKinney is the second safest place to live in the list. That contributes to its livability score of 88, tied for second on the list. 5. Corpus Christi, Texas. With an average annual expenditure for seniors of less than $44,000, Corpus Christi is an affordable option for retirees. The population of ages 65 and older is 14%. 4. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa might be an even better option than Corpus Christi as a place for retirees to settle down. The cost of living is more than 17% below the national average, with annual expenditures totaling less than $43,000, and the crime rate is lower than in Corpus Christi. 3. Richmond, Virginia. Richmond's livability score of 88 and a cost of living almost 4% less than the national average landed the city in the number 3 spot on the list. It has a senior population of just over 13%. 2. Grand Prairie, Texas. When it comes to livability, though, Grand Prairie tops the list with a score of 92. Its crime rate also is among the lowest at just under 12 crimes per 1,000 residents. Both of those negate worries about the costs of living in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area community, which is just 1.1% over the national average. 1. Shreveport, Louisiana. Shreveport has the second lowest cost of living for seniors compared to all of the other cities on this list, with an average annual expenditure of $39,940.01. And while the livability score is a robust 88, Shreveport still has one of the highest crime rates on the list.